Alright, so last and final section, let's look at some layers. Now, all your layers are over here. I know we've messed with this layer setting right here a good bit, but I want to show you how you can use different cut layers to your advantage. And we're going to start with the, let's pull up our layer here. Let's just say, let's go back to aluminum. Let's do some let's do an 080. Okay. All right. Now, right now, you see this in green. That means we're cutting using this layer settings. That's basically used for larger profiles, bigger holes. And when I say bigger, I'm talking let's say 3/8 and up, or 1/4 inch. Now I'm sure it'll cut, some smaller settings, but what I want to explain to you is that you can use layers to your advantage. Let's look at we'll get out of this for a second. Let's look at the part we have here. Let's just say we're going to cut this part, and we're just testing around, and let's just say we don't want to cut this center hole right now. You can come right here and cut on no cut, and when you cut this part, it's not going to cut the hole, it's only going to cut the outer perimeter, just because we have no cut selected for that particular profile in that part. Now, if we select it and put it back on large, it's going to cut with the same parameter that we have selected here for large. Okay? Now, different scenario. Let's say that this hole, I think these machines run so fast sometimes that they don't make, and let's just say we're cutting the outside of this. It cuts at 285 inches a minute for 080. Well, this particular hole, let's just say if this hole was like an 1/8 inch hole, 285 inches a minute is extremely fast for an 1/8 inch hole. So let's just say we want to slow this down. So let's select this hole and put it on a different layer. Now, do you see how the hole is yellow now instead of green? Now, let's go back to our layer command. And you see now we have a large layer, which is our outer profile. These are the settings to be used on the outer profile cut. But if we come here, I have it slowed way down to 50 inches a minute and 750 watts. Same focal, same everything. No, I'm sorry. This is a etching cut here. Hang on just a second. I told you wrong. I'm sorry. Let's change this. Let me see if I can find the one. Let's see what that does. Maybe I had it set up on this layer. Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. So I selected my small layer for that particular hole. Now, you see the different, it cuts the outside at 285 inches a minute, 2,000 watts. But now when we get to a smaller hole, we can set it up to where it cut at 80 inches a minute at 1,000 watts. And everything's kind of the same. So we can just hit apply and OK. And now when it cuts this hole, it's going to slow way down to whatever we have it set at, 80 inches a minute. Cut this hole slower. We're going to get a more precise cut. I really don't ever notice a difference on the dross on aluminum or anything like that. It's going to get a more precise cut and slow down. And then it's going to change back to the large layer setting, which is at 285 inches a minute, to cut this. So you see how this can work to your advantage. Now, let's just say we want to we don't want to cut this hole, but we want to etch. So we say This is my etch command for aluminum. It's 50 inches a minute. We drop down 750 watts, 25% duty cycle, and 1,000 hertz. And we're going to apply that. And all it's going to do, it's going to come here, etch a mark of this hole, not going to cut all the way through. Then it's going to come out here and cut through this layer. So you see how layers can be used to your advantage. Just because you got 2,000 watts, you don't have to use it for every little thing. You can use the layers to set up, like I use the large layers for outer profiles. The mediums I usually use, this M I usually use for my etching, and you can pick ST for stencil or marking or whatever. The PO one, I think they have it set up for the D-film. Not sure about this one, but this one right here I usually use for my small holes. I got a little confused a while ago. I couldn't remember which one I had set up, but the M I usually use for my etching. So Ray Tools is smart enough to differentiate between the two and know that it drops down here, etches this one, and then comes back and cuts this. Now, if you just wanted to, you could use that to, if you had to etch a part number on a part, put your part number in here. Let's just say text. We'll select one. That'll be a good one. Okay. Write your text. Just BR549. Let's see. I bet probably some of you don't even know what that is. You'll never watch T-Haul. BR549, and put it right here. And then we have this little part number here. So we can select it, select our etching tool, and so we can etch that one. Then we can come back and select this one and set it to cut at a slower speed. So it'll come in, etch, cut this hole, lower speed, stop, it'll etch this one, and then cut the outer parameter. So you see kind of what I'm getting at here. You can use the layers functions to your advantage in your program. The etching, I have some etching parameters for different things. If any of you guys need it, you're more than welcome to message me on the Facebook page, and I'll be more than happy to share those with you. It just takes a little time to get those dialed in, but don't be scared to try it. That's pretty much about it for using the layers. Like I said, you can change these things and make it work to your advantage. Just like let's just say all of a sudden we decided we don't want to do the part number, so we can just come over here and select it and select no cut, and it won't do anything. So use the layers to your advantage. We'll get rid of that part there, and like I said, it's definitely something that is helpful, especially on smaller holes or etch lines and things like that. So just keep in mind that they're there, and learn how to use those. All right, I think that about wraps it up for everything as far as what I can teach you anyway. I think you have some really good information, some good information to get started with.